incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show.
All rise. And please take off her hat as we honor this great nation before Super Bowl 54 with the national anthem.
I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within. I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, but it's best to soak in it. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they eyes, now they truly focus.
Hello everybody, I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Denver Broncos. With that, it's time for Super Bowl 54, and we'll send you now to Miami, standing by to call their 4th Super Bowl together. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
Dallas Cowboys at Denver Broncos is sponsored by Anthem Lines. Because why not? What a great way to honor our nation with their rendition of the national anthem.
The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Dak Prescott leading the Dallas Cowboys into the Super Bowl. And Craig Morton, Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman, and now Dak Prescott, the 4 Cowboy quarterbacks to start a Super Bowl. The other 3, all Super Bowl champs. Now the question, can Dak Prescott follow in their footsteps?
We'll find out if there's an upset. The upset alert would be Dallas Cowboys beating the Denver Broncos.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel.
So with that kind of play,
and he is met quickly in the backfield.
Fold it like a lawn chair.
Folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Oh, we know how this ends.
On the counter, Elliott.
Oh, there's a flag.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. On the stop was Aaron Donald. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Murray going to throw. And an alley to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver, with the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3-and-out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3-and-out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3-and-out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott from the gun. And this one complete to Winton over the middle.
You're going backwards.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
And defensive tackle Aaron Donald, when you evaluate him, you're looking for flaws. You can't find any. This guy has the ability to single-handedly take over a game. Wrecks it inside, outside. You can't run it against him. And good luck trying to throw it downfield when he's in the face of the quarterback.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12
Alright,
and 24,
you're doing better so far.
plays.
That play is good.
Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably
Keep
not
it
very
up.
deep into their script. I think that
Make
they'll
a game
stay
out of
with
this.
it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and just rush.
Get sacked.
And he's taken down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Seriously?
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're
100%
now
quarterback
0 for 3.
accuracy,
And the average in the league,
100% wide receiver
40%
catching.
on third down for offenses.
And
So what's
still
the answer
can't
to
get
this?
anything
Either
done?
convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And all the way home for a Bronco score. What a run. 79 yards on the punt return. And the Broncos push further out in front.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You
down.
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Prescott from the gun on third. Going right side. He has Witten.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Oops.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Looking to throw. Prescott. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. But it'll be second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Prescott, and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Aaron Donald coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Come on, fellas.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing now is Murray. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 23 yards, the final tally. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. A final shot before half from Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 3 yards out. And the Broncos push further out in front. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around
at
me
the end
for
of
a
the
while
first
now,
half,
right?
27-0, our score.
Normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And he's proving again why tight ends can be so valuable in this league. He's over 150 yards.
They just continually create mismatches because of their body frame, their athletic ability. You put a little guy on them, a small corner, they can often overpower them. You put a bigger linebacker on them, they'll run by them. You name it, they almost have the last move if this were a chess game. That's why they're so valuable.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Murray now, 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. To throw, it's Murray. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free.
Wow.
But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base and
I'm
scoring
shook.
position.
I thought I had a
One guy
fumble
doesn't get
recovery.
home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Geno Atkins breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Murray from midfield. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Murray over the middle here to Brown. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Now Murray again. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will swell by one more. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Very few flags.
And now Dallas gets set
Very
to take
few
the
offense
field. These guys had a punt
by
their
the
last
Dallas
possession,
Cowboys.
and that's
Come
become
on.
too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives. you just wound up going
100
nowhere.
quarterback accuracy. 100 wide receiver catching. Throw the fucking ball,
The
Prescott.
blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be
is a
equally
dick
intense
punch.
here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
But not just me.
So the
Cowboys fans out there too. Major fucking dick punch.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he's
Throw
gonna
the
go
ball,
down again.
Prescott. I'm sorry, they are murdered you.
Dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to
Dallas
think about
Cowboys
blocking him here
offensive
on
line
3rd
should
down.
go to jail for murder.
To throw is
They serve the
Prescott.
death penalty.
Okay, you know my bias is about
They
to
have
come out
killed
here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving
Dak
in the
Prescott.
wrong direction. I'd say they're moving
We've
in the
seen it
right
time
direction
and
because the
time
defense
again.
is pushing them back.
Former defensive
Good
back.
quarterback
Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally
gets
the troops
murdered
and go here.
by the
You do it in a
offensive
big
line.
way, and what
That's
else
why
you have
Drew
to
Lock
look out for?
retired.
More pressure coming at you because it seems to be
No,
working
Andrew
pretty
Luck
well.
retired. Andrew Luck retired
Return
because
from the 38.
this is exactly what happened to him
That'll be
in
a
Indianapolis.
50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They can now
Andrew
enjoy the
Luck
final
and
stages of
Colts.
this one. A very
His
convincing
offensive
win. I don't
line
know what was said
murdered
in the
him.
locker room, but whatever it was, it worked pretty well.
It certainly did, and it's probably a capper to everything that was said during the...
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Jeez, our rookie's having a field day against this defense too.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spot.
Oh, Prescott stripped. It's picked up by the Broncos. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good,
Tylee
and they
Mack.
were good again there.
And Aaron Donald on the assist returning it.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point.
We have witness Dak Prescott get murdered.
And this one was
Countless
over a
times.
while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchdown.
Court is now in session.
The offense
It is
back out there
the
at
people
line
of
ready for their next drive. And let's just
Texas
say they're going to be looking to
versus
start over on this drive. A few moments
the
ago,
offensive
they were in the
line
exact
of the
situation,
Dallas
but their first
Cowboys.
play led to a fumble
They
that
are
was returned for
facing
6.
murder
You definitely
charges
have to
for
short memory
murdering
to play
Dak
in the NFL.
Prescott's
You gotta remember
career.
what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't
We have
dwell on
found,
it because then you will
we
repeat
see
it.
the
That's what you
evidence
don't wanna
clearly
do.
as day
Throwing
that
it
they
in, Prescott on 2nd
are
and 10. It gets it over the middle of the column. And they nearly
guilty
get this all the way
of
to
murder.
midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24
The offensive
yards.
line of the Cowboys are facing life in
Prescott
prison
on 1st down.
and or maximum penalty, the death penalty.
This will be stopped at the 44.
The state of Texas.
Good for 7 yards.
The court has found them guilty of manslaughter. Therefore, this offensive line will be executed after this game.
Complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Cowboys on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
That's probably why.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Oh.
If they're going to have a shot in the Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on fourth down.
Empty backfield against this number 1 defense.
Prescott to throw on fourth.
What happened?
This is caught.
Oh.
Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 41 yards. And the Cowboys are able to make things a bit more respectable.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And the Lombardi Trophy goes west, and it goes to
the Denver Broncos,
your Super Bowl champs.
Super Bowl 50 and Super Bowl 54 champions.
For the victors,
Denver Broncos.
Getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling.
Even after that play that just happened, we still find
the journey to get to this
the
game
Dallas Cowboys
incredible.
offensive line guilty
And
still will be executed tonight
there's nothing else going on.
after the Super Bowl
That's just going to
highlights.
be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
Do people ever learn? You fuck up in Texas, they are going to kill you. Highest execution rate ever.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
You guys will see you next season as well. Surprisingly, Kyler Murray didn't get MVP. It was Aaron Donald. Ladies and gentlemen, the execution is going to happen. We cannot broadcast that because it is going to be a mess. Thanks for watching. We'll tune in next year for more